Hello and welcome to PowerDrift. Yes, I know this title of the video has intrigue.
And it also has a lot of motorcycles.
As many as 12 to 13 new products that Royal Enfield will launch in the next couple of years, in fact beyond 2024 as well. So without wasting any more time, let's get to it.
And let's get right to it with the J Series platform. Now the J Series platform sort of started out with the Meteor 350, another big step up from Royal Enfield. Then came the Classic 350. The most refined classic I think we've ever had, a really interesting product and a product that had been waiting an update for a long time. Then we had the most affordable motorcycle to come on the J Series platform, the Hunter 350. Of course, a very characterful bike, very different from the Classic and the Meteor. But enough of those existing products, because there's two new products coming on that J Series platform. Now one is the Bobber 350, single seat, fat tires, really cool design, less chrome, and it should go up against the Java Bobber. I'm really excited to see this one.
Now the second motorcycle is going to be the Bullet 350. Now the Bullet name has been very synonymous with the Royal Enfield brand, very traditional, has a lot of emotion within the Royal Enfield community, and I'm sure Royal Enfield cannot miss out on that motorcycle. So all these motorcycles are going to share the same J Series engine, but what Royal Enfield has done with the three products that exist in their lineup, they've given each of these motorcycles a separate map, so they feel different when you start riding them. Now the Bullet is going to have less chrome, but the most important bit is the way it's going to be priced. Now when you look at the Hunter and the Classic, there's a huge price gap, and the Bullet, when it launches, will hopefully fill up that gap and sit right in the center. Now with the J Series platform out of the way, let's move on to the bigger slice of the pie. This is the 650cc platform, and this is where there are a bunch of motorcycles. Now the first motorcycle that I am going to talk about is the Super Meteor 650. We saw it at EICMA, saw it at Rider Mania. There are a couple of videos on our YouTube channel as well. If you want more details about the Super Meteor 650, please go to those videos and check them out. But let's move on to something else.
Because there is also the Shotgun 650 that's here that we are expecting to see. This will be similar to the Super Meteor, but a lot more stylish. It's going to be a single seat setup, a little bit like a Bobber. Expect a lot more styling. We saw a concept which was the SG650 again at EICMA. If the production bike is anything like that, I think it'll look very cool. Yeah. Of course, single seat motorcycles, all of them look really cool. Yeah. So Shotgun 650 is one bike that I'm excited to ride.
Talking about exciting motorcycles, the picture that you see on your screen right now, I'm not sure if this is going to be called the Himalayan 650, but this is an ADV motorcycle by the looks of it, by the silhouette, the design, the tall windscreen, the upswept exhaust, so on and so forth. But what's interesting here is the size of the front wheel. You see how the Himalayan uses a bigger front wheel. This, by the picture of it, looks like a smaller front wheel. And my understanding is that this will be a very road-focused motorcycle. So this might have alloys, might have optional spoke trims as well. But this looks like a motorcycle that can tour. We don't know what it's going to be called, but we would love to hear from you guys. If you think this motorcycle should have a particular name, drop in your comments and let us know.
Yeah. Another motorcycle that's coming up, which we don't really know the name of for sure, is going to be something like a cafe racer version on the 650cc platform. Expected to be similar to like a fully fed version of the Conti 650. If you've seen our coverage of the Conti GT Race Cup, you've already seen the fully fed race bike, the GTR 650. I think it looks fantastic. So this production version could be very similar to that. Of course, the race bike is lighter. This being a 650cc bike with an added fairing and of course production ready components might not be lighter per se, but you can expect it to have better mechanicals. So all of the stuff they've learned in terms of braking, in terms of suspension on the racetrack, that could come down onto the road bike, which means it should be really exciting to ride. And of course, we've seen fully fed custom builds on the 650cc platform. This is straight out of the factory, and Royal Enfield knows how to make some really pretty motorcycles. Expect this to be one of them.
Okay, next up is the Classic. Now the Classic name is bread and butter for Royal Enfield, and it's a very important product in the lineup. In fact, we had the Classic 350 as a long term. I really liked it, except the tube tires because punctures, bro. But let's talk about the 650cc platform. Now, this is going to serve as a great upgrade for people who already have the J Series Classic, not just them, but also for people who have the older Classic, because they've already felt what the 350cc performance and the feel feels like. and when they jump to the 650, it's going to be more of a natural progression and a natural upgrade.
Another name that has just as much importance, actually probably more importance than the Classic for Royal Enfield, is the Bullet. Now we are expecting a Bullet 650 to be derived from the same 650cc platform. Now the Bullet has always been a little more relaxed than the Classic,
right,
and you can expect the same for the 650cc, not just in terms of the ergonomics and the riding position, but maybe even in terms of the engine map. Expect it to be a little more relaxed, a little more of a chill ride.
Absolutely. And finishing this 650cc platform, we have the Scram 650. Now we have already spotted this motorcycle on test, and just by these 5 pictures we know so much about the motorcycle. For example, this will sport a different subframe, there are knobby tires. I'm expecting the suspension setup to be changed as well. Not just that, the ergonomic position should also be different. It should be lighter so that you can have a lot more fun off-road. But this pretty much fills up the 650cc platform. Now we've already spoken about the existing platforms, but let's move on to something completely new. The Himalayan 450, which is going to be based on this 450cc platform. Liquid cool, more power, more torque, hopefully better equipment, and hopefully spoked rims.
Tubeless.
But I hope, yep, they are tubeless. Now there are a bunch of spy shots that have popped up on the internet. In fact, Royal Enfield, the entire crew was testing the motorcycle up in the mountains as well. So the testing continues, and we hope to see this motorcycle get launched in India somewhere towards the end of 2023 or maybe early next year.
And we'll also probably see an even more off-road focused version of the Himalayan 450. So if any off-road enthusiasts are watching this, this bike is for you. Now you can already see it almost looks like rally ready, like the silhouette looks rally ready. You can almost spot a navigation tower. It's more upright. It looks properly ready for competition. And that also might seem as if it's not road legal. At least I don't expect it to be road legal.
Right.
You can't really see the number plate holder at the back, so it might not be road legal, but it uses the 450cc engine, and I think bikes at the Dakar use a 450cc engine. So 2 plus 2 is 450?
Maybe.
But before you see the Himalayan or even Royal Enfield at the Dakar, you will definitely see this participate in the Indian National Rally Championship.
Yes, now let's move on to the Scram side of things. Now we've seen this pairing with the 411cc engine. The Himalayan focuses on a lot more off-road. The Scram is more fun. Off-road abilities, yes, off-road abilities, yes, but a lot more fun. And there is a similar pattern with the 450cc engine as well. So there is going to be a Scram 452. Of course, lighter, smaller front wheel, easier to ride, and this should focus less weight, and this should focus on a lot more fun too.
And taking the focus even further will be the Scrambler 450. Now we don't know if it's going to be called that, but you can already see from the silhouette the different exhaust placement. It's right next to your legs, and then you have a more upright handlebar. It definitely looks more off-road focused. If the Scram can take on some light trails, if the Himalayan can do some off-roading, expect the Scrambler 450 to do some hardcore trails as well.
Now the final variant is not called Scrambler Rest because Scrambler. Bad joke. Anyway, this is going to be a cafe racer, which is going to be a derivative of the Scram 450. And like we have mentioned in the video earlier as well, Royal Enfield is doing a very smart thing by giving different maps to different motorcycles within the same lineup. Right. So expect this motorcycle to have a different map as well. Again, these are motorcycles that are going to be launched through the course of 3 to 4 years. But now let's talk about what's happening currently at Royal Enfield.
Now, if you're watching this video and you're wondering what's going to happen to the Himalayan and the Scram that exist today, well, the short and the long answer, sadly, is that we expect them to be discontinued, especially once the new 450cc products start rolling out. It's the end of the line for them.
Before we close this video, I'm going to show you a picture of a Royal Enfield motorcycle. Now, this is going to be an electric Royal Enfield motorcycle. There are no details on the table yet as to what the range is going to be, what the charge time is, stuff like that. Stuff that revolves around electric motorcycles.
We know it's not going to have the dug of a Royal Enfield. That's confirmed.
Maybe through a speaker it might have. But anyway, there are a bunch of motorcycles that you might want to go back to and listen to in this very video. Tell us which one is your favorite and the motorcycle that you're looking forward to the most by typing in that answer in the comment section below. Which one is your favorite?
Mine is, I'll comment below.
Yeah, comment below, smart boy. Alright, see you guys. Thank you for watching.